Hello, I'm back again. My name is Omelogo Nnadi, and I like to be called the children natural. I'm going to start off today by telling you a story, my personal story. Okay, so when I was pregnant with my son, it was turbulent. First, it was not medically turbulent, it was emotionally turbulent because I wasn't prepared to have it. And eventually it got medically turbulent, and so I was hospitalized at the initial because I had a premature rupture of the membrane. That means I was losing baby's water, and I needed to be in bed until I approached term. But that's not the story. The story is what happened before I got hospitalized. So, remember I said my pregnancy was emotionally turbulent. Turbulent because let me leave the reasons for another day. Okay, so my pregnancy was emotionally turbulent, and so I found myself in a corner where I cried a lot. I cried a whole lot. I wasn't sad, no, but there were always reasons why I cried. And every time I cried, I would clutch my stomach and I would say to my baby, you know, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're coming from. I know you're going to be a boy. But let me tell you one thing. You are going to serve the Almighty. That is a condition for your birth. If you are not going to serve the Almighty, I do not want to give you birth. Okay, so this was probably by the 4th month, thereabouts. But as at the 2nd month, when I still didn't know whether it was going to be a boy or a girl, I always wanted a girl. But when I got pregnant, I thought this one was going to be a boy. And so then, because I wasn't sure, I'd say to it, holding my stomach, I was like, okay, so if you are a boy, your name is going to be Ife. If you are a girl, your name is going to be Esolife. These two names mean the same thing, and in context, they mean I serve the light. Literally, the names mean I follow the light being the Almighty. But what I had in mind for giving the names, for preparing those names, if I'd use the word prepare, was the fact that I serve a light, and anybody associated with me, especially a child I was going to birth, was also going to serve the Almighty. And so I said, you're either Ife Kamso boy or you're Esolife girl, because that's the condition. You will serve the light. There are no conditions. If you're not going to do that, I do not want to give you birth. And then eventually, when I figured out it was going to be a boy, I said that almost every day. You will serve the light. You will serve the light. If you're not going to serve the light, I do not want to give you birth. I do not want to give you. I said that over and over and over and over again until in the middle of pregnancy, which is when the spirit takes over the body in the womb, about the fifth month of pregnancy. One of those days, I had a conversation over the phone, a phone conversation, and after the phone conversation, I started to cry as usual. And I started saying, okay, so you see, this is what I'm telling you. You have to serve the light. You have to serve the light. It's not like this one, or it's not this kind of serving the light that I'm telling you. You have to serve the light. It is unconditional. It's not going to be with pretenses. It just has to be right. You have to serve the light in spirit, in truth. If you're not going to serve the light, I don't want to give you. And then I just had that first kick. Oh, I held the stomach and I started crying. Okay, you've heard. Okay, so we agree. You're going to serve that. I think after that day, I didn't have to say that again. Okay, so why did I tell you the story? It's just a way to paint a picture of something I wanted to talk about. Every child is an individual, and you need to treat each child as an individual starting from day one. If a child in the stomach can listen and feel and adjust to its environment while still in the stomach, how much more when that child is born? Science even recognizes that a fetus hears sounds, feels movement, and all that in its environment. Science recognizes that. And experiences by so many mothers and even fathers who talk to their babies while still in the stomach have shown that a child feels, senses, attunes itself to its environment and to the people around it, to the voice. A child that will recognize the voice of the mother while still in the stomach, when it comes out and hears the voice of the same mother in real life, you see how the child's face brightens when it smiles, looking into the face of that voice that it's been hearing for so long. And because this is real, it tells you one thing, that you need to treat each child like an individual. Talk to this child about things that concern it, about things that will affect it, and listen to the child to hear what it has to say about things that concern it and things that would affect it. What you do for that child are numerous. You help the child to unfold. You help the child to feel a part of things, of life around it, of the people around it, an intricate part of the family. You help the child to build confidence that, oh, my opinion is important. People listen to me and people do things the way I say it sometimes. You also help the child to understand that it has a responsibility to own up to things around it, to play a huge role in family discussions and in family decisions. You help the child to unfold at an early stage. You give a child voice. You help the child to think. You help the child to learn to contribute. You help the child to learn team playing. You help the child to learn relationships and how to be a part of bigger groups. These are the things you teach a child by making it an individual, treating it as an individual. Do not be tempted to make all the decisions that concern a child without speaking to the child. Now, I'm not saying that the child has to decide what it does and how things go on all the time. No, what I'm trying to say is that when you seek the child's opinion, you are able to go into this child's mind, for instance, and into this child's world and understand how his mind functions, how he understands things, how he deciphers things around it. And then it will be easier for you to know what to help the child with, how the child is learning, what it is learning appropriately and what it is not. And it will be easier for you to make the corrections. But you're not going to do that except you seek the child's opinion. That's the trick. Seek the child's opinion, not because you're going to do everything the child says the way the child says it, but because you want to find out how this child actually sees things and help it to learn things right. And so, how about starting today to find out what the child thinks about stuff? It helps a lot. It also helps for peace in the family. It also helps for love. It helps for togetherness. It helps for a lot of joy. A lot of healthy relationship around. It's something you want to try. They're just the two of us, he and I. And if you see us, you think we are husband and wife. We talk a lot about a lot of things, but it doesn't mean that people don't know who the boss is. Guess what? Today he said to me, Mom, there is no boss in this house. I said, who said so? I am the boss. He said, no, Mom, there is no boss in this house. It's me and you and Uncle Dumkene and Auntie Chidima, that's my brother and his fiance, and he's saying, okay, there's no boss. Why does he need to tell me that there is no boss? Because he's trying to ensure that even though he knows that I'm seeking his opinion, that I'm not going to stamp my feet on a lot of things that he's not getting right. I know these truths. And remember, as I said, he's in that stage where, I don't know, things are irritating him a lot. He gets so frustrated, he gets so impatient when things are not being done the way he wants it done. And I am watching. While I'm seeking his opinion over things, I'm also talking to him because I want to know why he's thinking the way he's thinking, why he's feeling the way he's feeling, why he's doing the things he's doing. Okay, just make sure that while you're seeking their opinion over things, there is a balance. There is a boss, and there's someone who has to obey. Okay? I hope you got some value from this. I am Omelogo Nnadi once again, and I like to be called the Children Nurturer. You can follow me on Instagram and on Facebook at Omelogo Nnadi or at littlecrystals.cradle. It's a creche that I run for 0 to 3 years and an after school center. Okay, bye. Until next time.